Good morning, everybody. Last time we have to introduce conduction, convection, radiation, and thermal conductivity. In thermal conductivity, we have to consider heat, that is, amount of heat goes from one place to another place. At that time, the heat flowing through a material of the rod per unit area and per unit temperature gradient in 1 second at steady state temperature. Already we have to know these two steady state temperature and constant temperature. So steady state temperature and variable temperature. This is the two stage of amount of heat. So steady state temperature, that is constant temperature, and variable temperature is goes on increasing temperature. So now coefficient of thermal conductivity. In coefficient of thermal conductivity, amount of heat flowing through the material of the rod per unit area and per unit temperature gradient in 1 second at steady state, not variable state, keep in your mind. And unit of thermal conductivity is SI unit, watt per meter degree Kelvin. Watt per meter degree Kelvin. MKS unit of coefficient of thermal conductivity, kilocalorie per meter degree Celsius second. Then CGS unit of coefficient of thermal conductivity, calorie per centimeter degree Celsius second. Again I repeat this unit because this is very important for your view of examination. SI unit of coefficient of thermal conductivity, watt, that is W, per meter degree Kelvin. MKS unit of coefficient of thermal conductivity, kilocalorie per meter degree Celsius second. CGS unit, calorie per centimeter degree Celsius second. Now gases law. Already we have to know the material are three types: solid, liquid, and gases. And this gas, it do not proper shape and size. Keeping your mind, gas do not proper shape and size or do not definite shape and size. The collection of large number of tiny molecules. Gas is collection of large number of tiny molecules. The diameter of that molecules is 2 into 10 to the power minus 10. The diameter of that molecules which are bounded in the gas. So the diameter of that molecule is 2 into 10 to the power minus 10 meters, and distance between the gas molecule is 2 into 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Keeping your mind, here is minus 9, 2 into 10 to the power minus 9. This is the distance between molecules. Thus the distance between the gas molecules is 10 times that of its size. Hence intermolecular force or negligible, and therefore intermolecular force, there is attraction and repulsion. These both forces which are included in the intermolecular force, and therefore in the gas molecule intermolecular force are very negligible, very light, very less. In the gas molecule, materials are three types: solid, liquid, and gases. So in gas molecules are closely bound to each other by the intermolecular force of attraction in the solid molecule. Keeping your mind, in solid molecule, molecules are closely bounded to each other by intermolecular force of attraction. In case of liquid molecule, the distance between molecules is comparatively more. In case of gases, distance between molecules is very large and hence they where we there is nothing intermolecular force. There is no intermolecular force or intermolecular force are present, so that is very negligible, very light. So in case of gaseous molecules, the distance between that molecules is 2 into 10 to the power minus 9 meters. And therefore, gas molecules is 10 times that of size. And therefore, we can say that the intermolecular force or attraction and repulsion is not present, or present is very light, very negligible in case of gaseous molecule. So what I am saying, the material of three types: solid, liquid and gases. And in case of gas, the distance between molecules is 2 into 10 to the power minus 9 meters, and diameter of the molecules is 2 into 10 to the power minus 10. So this distance between the gas molecules is 10 times that of its size, and therefore intermolecular force of attraction is very negligible. So in gases law, we have to study the Boyle's law. Boyle's law states that the fixed mass of a gas at a constant temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to the volume. This is the statement of Boyle's law. What I am saying, at a constant temperature, fixed mass of a gas in the container, pressure is inversely proportional to the volume. So here is P proportional to 1 upon V at time t. Or this is not, I am sorry here, this is not time, this is temperature at constant temperature. When the fixed mass of gas at a constant temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to the volume, and therefore P proportional to 1 upon V. So this 1 upon V is the inversely proportional of V at constant T, T be the temperature. So this equation we can write in the mathematical form: Vp equal to K, and K is the constant. P is the pressure of the gas, V is the volume of the gas, and T is the absolute temperature of the gas. K is constant. K is constant or gas constant, T is the absolute temperature, V is the volume of the gas, and P is the pressure of the gas. So what I am saying, what is the statement of Boyle's law? Fixed mass of a gas is the container. Fixed mass of a gas in a container at a constant temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to the volume. So this is the statement of Boyle's law. In case of Boyle's law, P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. P1 is the initial pressure, V1 is the initial volume, P2 is the final pressure, and V2 is the final volume, equal to constant. So the product of initial pressure and initial volume is equal to the product of final pressure and final volume, equal to constant. And this is our Boyle's law. The product of pressure, so that is old pressure and old volume is equal to the product of new pressure and new volume is constant. And this is the graph. Graph is plotted between volume and pressure, but this graph is, the line is straight, keeping your mind. So this is the Boyle's law. So product of the old pressure and old volume is equal to the product of the new pressure and new volume. So that is P1 V1 equal to P2 V2. P1 into V1 equal to P2 into V2 is constant. Here is P is the pressure of the gas, V is the volume of the gas. P1 is the initial pressure or old pressure of the gas. V1 is the final pressure, initial volume, and old volume of the gas. P2 is the final pressure of the gas or new pressure of the gas, and V2 is the final volume of the gas or new volume of the gas. So student, today I stop here. Thank you very much.